Hey everybody, good morning and welcome back to Think Business Live. I'm looking forward to talking with Dustin DeVries. Dustin, I'm looking forward to talking with you and welcome to Think Business and the Think community. Think community, as you know, I'm a business coach and I work with successful people who are stuck and get them unstuck. And my goal of this podcast is to bring on guests that can get you unstuck somewhere in your business. And Dustin's going to share with us how he does it. He is the CEO of Caffeine Interactive Technologies and going to provide insight on how to grow your business with quick and affordable apps, websites, and marketing solutions that his team creates. Let's talk about that and dive into that. Websites today, I think, are more important than ever before. When COVID hit, I think so many companies realized that they were behind the curve in e-commerce, and many companies, whether it was professional service or retail, realized they needed an e-commerce type of platform in a way. And so how should people be thinking about what their website looks like today, Dustin, as we sit here live July 13th, 2022?
That's a pretty deep question, could get into, but to keep it brief,
Yeah.
I think just think of things from the user's experience and think about what people are looking for, ease of use. Perfect example is a lot of restaurants and how they adopted a lot of online platforms. There's a lot of great platforms out there that you can use out of the box. You don't have to always go and pay a custom software developer to go and build it. But look at those options and find someone you trust who can consult with you on that and find a good solution for you.
Yeah, definitely finding somebody that you can trust. But let's talk about ease of use and how you define ease of use. It seems like people's attention spans are getting less and less. There was an article in 2008 in The Atlantic called "Is Google Making Us Stupid?" And what it was talking about and referenced is that technology is rewiring our brains and really kind of getting rid of delayed gratification, and people want instant gratification. Seems to me that everything going on in the world, I see with clients that I coach, whether it's a solopreneur, a fortune company, a C-level exec, a manager, a salesperson, everybody's attention span is a little bit less today. And so how do you define ease of use, whether it's with a website, marketing, or apps that you create?
Yeah, I think the thing that comes to mind immediately for me is friction. If you encounter any friction, those are points at which someone's gonna bail. So if you're being too wordy, putting a bunch of trying to oversell, if you're not doing really, what it comes down to is speaking more of the problem that people have than the solution. If you're not talking about the problem, you immediately jump into the solution. You're never gonna fix that. But even like the friction thing, I'll go back to the restaurant analogy, what I was talking about earlier with restaurants. There's a great taco shop down the street from me that go to their online ordering system. You can start to place an order, but on an Android phone, it won't let you complete the order. And, I would probably eat there probably 5 times more than I do now and they're awesome. It's just, I don't want to have to call in an order. I don't want to have to go stop by. So that's the perfect example where they just fix something simple like that.
Yeah.
That would probably create a lot more sales for them.
As you're speaking, it's making me think of Ernest Hemingway in the idea that he supposedly wrote the shortest novel ever written, right? A 6-word story, for sale, baby shoes, never worn, right? And so if we look back, simple has always been in front of us. And to me, simplicity is innovation. And so how do people get out of, I'm going to use your word, the friction? How do you get to, simple, frictionless? What's the secret? What's the mindset? How should people be zooming out and observing what they're doing to then evolve to that next level?
Yeah, I don't know if there's like one secret thing where, some kind of mind shattering, idea I can give you in like 60 seconds, but I would say it's very, very much about the process. And so, a lot of companies out there like ours will go out and they build beautiful websites, but really at the end of the day, it's about conversion. And so the process really matters. So when you think about the process, you start with things like you as an organization, your company, your business, whatever it is, what is your value prop? Also, who's the community you serve? What are the ideal customers, the ideal customer profiles, so to speak, that you serve? And usually for most businesses, those different ICPs, ideal customer profiles, will have different problems, different needs. And so there may be different value props across all of those. And obviously, you know, the other thing too is you can't serve everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to put a stake in the ground. But I think starting with that process though, and just making sure you work from a very conceptual perspective before you even start thinking about graphics and design and what you want the navigation to look like on your site and which theme you like. If you're doing like a WordPress site or something like that, you don't even get into that stuff yet. Start from the very basics about your value prop. But so many businesses, I don't think even have that in order to even take that next step to building a website that converts.
Yeah. I agree with you. You know, the pro, I think, of being able to start a business and have a virtual team and work with best of class all over the country, all over the world, frankly, is amazing. But the fundamentals of business have not gone away, right? The value prop, the business plan, you know, the vision, the mission, the purpose. I think sometimes people skip that step and then they end up paying the price for that. Let's talk a little bit about conversions. You know, you're creating apps and marketing and websites and things of that nature. You know, how should people be thinking about conversions today? Because at the end of the day, you know, numbers don't lie. And so whether a conversion is a phone call, an email, a client, how should people be thinking about conversions today?
Well, I think
and I just want to say this, in a very noisy world, right? Because more competitors than ever before, you know, there's more competition. And so everybody's trying to get their message out. So how do you do that and focus on what level of conversion?
Yeah, I think I remember Seth Godin made this analogy, and it's always kind of stuck with me, which is when you think about courting a new customer, think of it as like if you're in a bar trying to pick up someone. I haven't done it in a long time. I've been married for a long time. But nonetheless, think of it in that regard. Like you wouldn't go up to someone and say, will you marry me? You wouldn't walk up to you and say, hey, would you like to go out?
Yeah.
You would go up and start a conversation, right? And I think that's really what conversions are about. I mean, it depends on your business. I mean, if you're, you know, I just bought like some part from my pool in the backyard that was just a valve. Like I'm not going to start a conversation with them. I'm just looking for the cheapest price. You know, that's a different type of transaction than maybe if I'm, you know, a private school looking to increase my enrollment, for example. You know, I want to start conversations with prospective families, with parents of children that would be good prospects for my organization. And so really starting to think of it from that perspective, start those conversations. And what is the minimum amount of resistance you can provide just to be able to start that conversation, and how can you do it authentically and genuinely, where it doesn't feel forced? It's an art for sure.
It definitely is. It's art, it's science, it takes study. You know, my dad, when I was 18, I'm 50 now, gave me a set of tapes that's The Psychology of Success by Brian Tracy. And I knew at that point I wanted to be a business coach. And I've been listening and reading every day since, because you got to work on that craft that you're talking about. I think it's important. Let's do a quick speed round, Dustin.
I'm scared.
Book, don't be scared. Don't be scared. A book that's had the biggest impact on you.
That's an easy one. The One Thing by Gary Keller.
That is such a great book. Have you read Essentialism by Greg McHugh? I think it's Greg McEwen or something.
No, I have not.
If you like The One Thing, you'll really like Essentialism as well. It's a great book. Best piece of wisdom you've ever received?
I'm going to go with the Serenity Prayer.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. Whether you're in the program or not, it's a great one. It's a great one. Finish this sentence. One thing every person who's thinking about marketing needs to think about first is?
Go back to value prop. You need to really make sure you understand your value proposition.
Yeah, I love it. Tell everybody who your ideal clients are and how they can connect with you.
We love building custom software, and especially web and mobile apps in particular. So any kind of small, medium-sized business typically work really well if you got back office automations, workflows you're trying to integrate, maybe with a product. Those are really our sweet spots, and that's what we focus on.
I love it. Think Community, as a business coach, with every episode, I want to provide you not only some insight from our guests that you can walk away with at least one idea to get you unstuck, Dustin, you gave us a bunch of stuff to think about. The user experience, ease of use, frictionless, the process, starting with the basics, conversion, the consumer that we serve, but also, which has been said over and over, really kind of understanding the value prop of your business. These are really important things that that I see are very, very important things to be top of mind. I see it every day in my business, and I appreciate you bringing the insight from your business. Think community, if Dustin can help you with anything in your business that we talked about today to help you get unstuck into that next level, I'm a big fan of, always reaching out to the best resources that you can. And if anything Dustin said aligned with you to make your business grow, please reach out to him. Dustin, thanks so much. This was great. Think community, thank you so much. Feel free to visit my website, jondwoskin.com, for free courses and videos and tons of information that you may enjoy to also get unstuck and grow your business. Dustin, this has been great. Any last words?
No, just keep cranking. It's tough times, but everyone's just keep working at it.
Correct.
Thanks
Stay
so much,
in the
Jon.
game. Stay in the
Yes,
game.
that's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Dustin, appreciate your time.
Thanks.